30 ballsiest things said to partners' parents, according to Reddit. Number 30. A couple of Christmases ago, a very pregnant and very salty me got right up in my father-in-law's face and told him that his son, my husband, was 10 times the man he had ever been, and that all the bluster in the world wouldn't change that. Not my finest hour, but not untrue either. Ugh. Well, number 29. I said this to my significant other's parents. We were talking about Mormons, and I mentioned that I heard something interesting about Mormons the other day. They were curious and asked what I had heard, and that's when I knew that I'd fucked up. I'm sitting there, and all I can say is I can't tell you, and her super passive dad says, now you have to tell us. Her parents both are the nicest, smallest people, and I'm sitting there like, fuck me sideways, I messed up. I sit there and I go, have you ever heard of soaking? All they say is no. So I begin to explain how soaking is when you stick your penis in a vagina and don't thrust. You just let it sit there. Everything went silent and her sister's husband begins to die, and her parents are just staring at me, mouth open, and kind of laughed a little, not to make it seem awkward. After I left, her dad told my girlfriend that I was bold and he would never have to said that I was bold and he would never had said that to his in-law. Okay. This was the first night I met them. Well. Number 28. Where I live, there is a restaurant named Dick Russell's. My parent asks me, or my partner asks me to stop and pick up something on the way home. Sends a text to my mom saying, I can't wait for your son to get home so I can have some dick. Well. Someone else replies, my family unintentionally kept doing the same thing when the BJ's chain of restaurants came to town. Suddenly my grandma's was getting some BJ's all the time. And my cousin's wife was out of town, so he's getting a lot more BJ's. Neither of them seemed to notice the phrasing. Well, oh my God. Number 27. My mom was trying to recover after telling a really long-winded joke that just didn't land. And after a couple of excruciating, cringe-filled seconds of no one laughing, my boyfriend said, oh, I didn't get it because it wasn't funny, with a kind of playful smirk on his face. Maybe the hardest I've ever laughed. Rude. Rude. That's a Kyle response. Number 26. Just after graduating high school, 18 years old, I was dating a girl who was on the autism spectrum. Nice. Go Kyle. You can't tell jokes in here. That's offensive. But at the same time, we didn't know that? What? Turns out she has Asperger's syndrome. Nigga, get diagnosed or shut the hell up. I'm so tired of people claiming that they're on the spectrum. Anyway, we're sitting on the couch with mom and dad watching TV. Now, to be fair, they knew we were having sex regularly and told us to do it at home because they found out we had gone to the creek a few times and almost got caught. They just wanted us to be safe. So while we're watching TV, my girlfriend and I are kind of playing with each other. Just some touching discreetly when my girlfriend turns to my mom and says, I'm going to take your son into the bedroom and screw his brains out for a while. Jaw drop from everyone, including me. Yes, we went to the bedroom. There's a difference between fucking stupid and autistic, guys. Stop, man. That's not right. I'm going to take your son to the bed and screw his brains out. Oh my God. Somebody replies, after reading your story, I need to reply because I was in the exact situation. Graduated high school. I was 18 years old and met a girl in university. We started dating for a while. She was 3 years older and I found out that she had Asperger's syndrome. Wasn't really that bad, except sometimes she would say something completely unorthodox or unwarranted. At the dinner table, She was laughing at something, and I asked what she was laughing at. She then proceeded to tell me, or pull out her phone and show me a picture of her ex's face after she farted on him, asking why she was laughing. And why she still had a picture, she responded, because it's funny. I don't see why I should stop thinking about him if it was funny. My family gave me a kind of look as if to say, really? Who is this girl? Well, there's that. Number 25. My boyfriend's dad asked me if he does any housework. When he moved in with me, literally had met him for like 10 minutes. And I said, yes, he does, but I fuck him, so that's probably why he does what I asked. His dad kind of gave this fair point nod to me. That's pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing. Oh man, I hope that his dad his dad was getting some on the rag, getting some sliz on the rag. Oh boy. Number 24. Not safe for work. What about the ballsiest thing my dad ever said to my significant other? Strap in, lock in, and reload. I was home from the army on leave visiting the old man. He lived in a 2-bedroom home with a roommate. Okay. Dad had just started seeing a new girl and they were going out. I told him I was going to have a lady friend over. He said, if you're going to fuck her in my bed, change the sheets if you make a mess. So he leaves out the back door through the laundry room as usual. My lady comes, we watch a movie, one thing leads to another, and I end up laying on Dad's bed receiving a blowjob. As it comes to a close, there was the tiniest bit of cum on the pillow. Ever so tiny. I acquired my shorts and threw the pillowcase in the washing machine. We go back to finish our movie. A short while after, my dad comes back through the laundry room and he shouts, "Boy, why is my pillowcase in the washer?" To which I replied, because it's dirty. There was a moment of awkward silence, as he's never met the girl under my arm, and the following conversation ensued, entirely in jest. Dad, you came on my pillow, son? Me, not exactly, Dad. You see, Dad, cutting off my sentence, looking my company right in the face. Bitch, you spit that shit on my pillow? Mind you. They have never met prior to this moment. She was mortified. In hindsight, we laughed about it. She got to know my dad more, but it was a hell of a first impression. Too long didn't read. During a blowjob, some cum got on the... Oh my God. Yeah, monetize this, YouTube, please. It's just a story. I didn't write it, okay? I can't read things in the real world. You know, that's like saying they can't have ads during the news, okay? But the ads are brought to you by Lipton Brisk Iced Tea. I'm kidding. Number 23. My ex-significant other once went for a drink with my mother, and a few drinks in, she told my mother that she was fucked mercilessly last night and had been left bandy-legged before coming to the realization that she had let slip to my mother. My mother was not amused and told me the next day to be more of a gentleman. Okay. Number 22. My uptight mother was criticizing my longtime significant other for smoking weed too often at a family dinner. She looked up at her in front of my entire family and said, "You're the first person I have ever met that I truly believe needs to smoke more weed." After seconds of intense eye contact, me just sitting there, mouth breathing, and thinking all is lost, my father lost his shit laughing, and everyone else bust into laughter, including Mom. Nigga. Number 21. This is something my dad said to my mother-in-law, or his mother-in-law, bing bong, my grandmother, before my parents got married in 1969. Grandma, just so you know. Well, she probably wasn't a grandma at the time. She was probably a hot bitch. Here it comes. Buckle up, guys. Just so you... you know you like that. I know I'm a hot bitch.
Just so you know, okay, there has never been any divorce in our family. We don't take marriage lightly.
Dad, don't worry. If I ever get sick of her, I'll just shoot her. Typing it out, it looks a little disturbing. Given that my dad is such a non-violent, meek guy, all three found it very hilarious. Different times, I suppose? Number 20. Not me, but my parents. Apparently, when my dad brought my mom home for the first time to meet my grandmother, this exchange went down. Grandmother: what are your intentions with my son? Mom: to rape him. Okay, Chaotic Dream apparently had to subscribe right there. So, let's get, I'm glad he got that out of his system. Anyway, Grandmom: what are your intentions with my son? Well, she probably wasn't a grandma at the time. She was probably a hot bitch. I'm talking about. So here it comes.
What are your intentions? What are your intentions now with my son?
And then the mom was like, to rape him and take all his money. Grandma:
honey, you can't rape the willing, and he don't have no money. Come on now.
Dad rolling on the floor. Okay, get me out of this Facebook ass list. Number 19 on the list of 30 ballsiest things partners said to parents or something. Ooh boy. Number 19. I have a pretty conservative Baptist family and I'm gay. Brought my boyfriend over to meet my dad, and he told me, I know your son. I know your son inside and out. I've never been more terrified in my life. Ugh. He didn't know this guy was my boyfriend. Forgive me, I'm just like, I'm blown away. You're gay, you got conservative, parents that are religious as hell. You bring over your boyfriend, and then your boyfriend say,
I know your boy inside and out, girl.
You know what I'm talking about? So people in the comments are like, were you out at the time? Thankfully, if you weren't, I'm sure they didn't catch it. And if you were just having him over as a friend. He goes on to say, the original commenter says, I told my parents a few years ago, but they went off the deep end about it. Therapy, youth, pastors, pray the gay away, all that kind of stuff. They think I'm cured now, and I don't tell them anything about it. What I do now, it sucks, but it is what it is. And I bet you that ain't the only thing who sucks. Number 18. My ex asked my dad for permission to marry me 2 hours after I broke up with him for being abusive. Oh my God. My dad knew. My dad is a hardcore gun owner, and well, my brother said he'd never seen a dude run so fast. Good job, Dad. Number 17. The first time I brought my wife home, it was a weekend. My father was supposed to be away for some camping. Ooh, Dad was supposed to be away. Uh-oh. Well, he gets home early because of bad weather. So now I'm in the obligation of presenting him this girl that's in my room downstairs. Eventually, we get out of my bedroom as my father is starting to prepare dinner. As he sees her, he asks, wow, I wonder what a wonderful woman like you eats to stay this beautiful. Her answer, well, this morning, your son. Yup. What a way to make a good first impression. Good thing good thing is that it's exactly my dad's type of humor. Otherwise, it could have gone bad. Yeah, this is a thread for niggas that have cool parents, man, but it's not the thread we're looking for. You know what I'm talking about? Just like the droids, this is not the thread we're looking for. We looking for that list where that was the last time I ever spoke to my mom. You know what I'm talking about? Shit like that. Number 16. My boyfriend was telling my dad about a time when a single friend was making fun of him at the gym for only being able to bench one plate. His comeback was, well, at least I'm getting laid. He didn't even realize what he had just said. Oh my God. Oh my God. Number 15. My significant other looked at the crucifix. Oh, flicks. That is an awesome name for a streaming service. Trademark Kyle, Crucifix. It's all anti-Jesus, anti-religious type horror movies where it starts off like everything's cute. Oh man, or better yet, it starts off deceptive like it's going to be a religious movie, and then it actually just goes off the fucking rails. And the point of the point of it is to trick parents into thinking that this is some good stuff to leave on for their kids because it's all Jesus, everything is good in the Lord. And then halfway through, it's like, welcome to hell, motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? There's nothing but metal music. Oh, yeah. Number 14. Wait, did I even finish that? Number 15. My significant other looked at the crucifix. Boring. With the crown of thorns and blood my parents have hanging on their wall over their bed's headboard. God, why don't you make the sentence longer? My significant other looked at the crucifix my parents have hanging on their wall over the bed's headboard and said, doesn't that make you feel inhibited? Yeah, I think this is what I dislike about this comment, but somebody says that this is what they like about it. They say this is their favorite one because it's not harmful or mean. It's just harmless, but definitively crossing a line. And, you know, sometimes line crossing ain't enough. You got to get gangster with it. You know what I'm talking about? You got to be like, yeah, bitch. And you gay. You know what I'm talking about? Not just that, but you gay too. Number 14. Monetize me, YouTube, please. My dad's cop one night. My dad's cop. Okay, look, my dad is a cop. One night, my wife looks at him and says, can user who wrote this, fucking hate it when they do that, borrow your uniform and fuck me in it? What the fuck? I was caught really off guard, but found it pretty funny. We still laugh about it. Ew, I wish she hadn't said that because she kind of revealed that she wants that.
That's gross.
Ew, it is gross. Ugh. Number 13. My wife adores me parents. Yeah, kiss the blarney stone. No, I'm sorry. My wife adores my parents, so nothing to report from her. I, on the other hand, have a less loving relationship with her mother. She was once questioning my capacity to be a good father, and I snapped. At least I stuck around my kids and loved them. The guys you fucked all ditched your ass. Oh, snap, baby. You ain't supposed to be roasting old ladies like that. Oh, that bitch got riggedy. Number 12, all right? I was the significant other. In college, I was dating a girl for a while, and over the summer, she was briefly living at home in the suburbs outside of the city I was interning in. One night, I was hanging out with her and her family at their place and had a few glasses of wine, so we figured I'd spend the night there rather than figure out a way to get home and then deal with my car. Her parents said they'd go make sure the room was tidy. I said, nah, it's fine. I'll just sleep in her room. That left them speechless. But they didn't say no. I'm sorry. Okay, look, my girlfriend's dad doesn't let us sleep in the same bed, so I have to sleep in my girlfriend's bed instead. Logic, y'all. All right, so let's go. Number 11. I lived with my parents when my husband and I were dating. He would come over, and either he would sit on the bed, and me sometimes at my PC, or vice versa. My mom would come into the room and ask what we were doing. We would always say, making out, to which her reply was, I may be old, but I remember making out, and this isn't it. Fast forward to a wedding a year later, and we had to go back to my parents' house the next day. We walk in, and my husband puts his arm around my mom and says, you know, there was a whole lot more to that making out. I was absolutely mortified.
I love that they're so innocent. Harold.
Number 10. My husband told my parents we weren't coming back to the house as long as my sister was living there. It was the bravest thing anyone has ever done for me, and I know what it cost him to hurt them that way, but it benefited me, and so he did it. Side note, my sister is a drunk, abusive person, and my husband is the first person to stand up for me and worry about my mental and emotional health. I love him so deeply. Just want to suck his cock. I'm kidding. Anyway, good on him, says somebody else. I'm happy you have such a partner in life. YouTube, why you demonetize on my videos, man? You want to hear something ballsy? I'm gonna kill you. All right. I'm kidding. Number 9. I'm the significant other in this one. It's me. I was at my girlfriend's house for a few days and her dad was downstairs. We hear footsteps on the staircase, so she put her pants up. She pulls her pants up and I pull my fingers out. He says he's leaving and goes to shake my sopping wet hand. Not thinking at all, I shake his hand and thank him for having me over. As soon as he touched my hand, he knew. He fucking knew. You had your sister and my daughter. I mean, your hand and my daughter. Sister. Wait, he didn't say anything about it. Girlfriend nearly killed me. See you later, Pops. What is this? Number 8, boy. Woo, number 8. My fiance and I started dating when I was in my last year of high school. At this time, my parents were getting really bad in terms of treating me poorly. My mom and dad yelled at me and hit me a lot. They kicked me out a few times. Here we go. My mom, dad, and I got into an argument one night, and it was winter in Iowa, so it was pretty cold. Oh my God, in parentheses. I guess it's worth noting at this point that I have really bad asthma. Cold is one of my triggers. I was a supervisor at our local Subway restaurant, and I had to go into the store to get the register and some cash out of the safe. Looks like you got some shit going on, so why are your parents giving you such a hard time? Maybe because you're out there living in Iowa, and old people don't understand the internet, so they don't have a life outside of whatever they watch on TV or Netflix, if they can understand it. Old people, fucking get a life, all right? Or kill yourselves, either or, you know? You got a lot of options. That's 2 options. It was a 10-minute trip. I think it was around 9 p.m. I even let my parents know what I was doing. When I got home, my mom confronted me and said that I was just fucking around. I explained to my mother why that was preposterous. She slapped me. So I finally punched her back. Oh shit. Oh shit. After more physical interactions with my mom and dad, they kicked me out on the street without a coat, without my phone, without my medication. A police officer saw me walking around outside and let me use my phone when I asked. I called my fiancé. He was my boyfriend at this time, so he could come pick me up. Oh, it's a girl. Well, make it clear. I don't know why I thought it was a boy the whole time. This is suddenly so sad because we're supposed to feel bad for girls. Suck a dick, girls. A police officer saw me walking around outside, blah, blah, blah. Told him about what happened as my face was pretty scratched up, and he was outraged. Yeah, you must have been fine, girl. You know what I mean? He's that son of a bitch. My fiance is a pretty big guy, and he's very intelligent as well. Finding flaws in arguments and everything else. Just gotta subscribe right now, huh? Adrian Trujillo. Adrian, it is I, Adrian Bot. I'm sorry, my fiance is a pretty big guy, and he's very intelligent, finding flaws in arguments. Wow. He drove to my parents' house and knocked on the door. My father answered. I stay in the car while they talked. I couldn't hear any of what they were saying. After what was probably 45 minutes, my dad went back inside and my fiance rejoined me in the car. I asked him what happened. He told me, and then I asked him what made him think it was okay to hold you down and hit you. He said it was because you were smaller than him. So I told him that it must be okay for me to beat the shit out of him. if we're following that logic. I don't think he's going to do that to you again. He should have just recorded his dumbass. You know, if he was truly intelligent, he would have just got him to admit to the stupid and nasty shit that you do. Again, some people are fucking terrible. You know what I mean? And they're constantly going to make excuses for themselves being terrible. And I hate to get on a soapbox about it, but the only way to shame certain people is to give them the audience that they're looking for. Because a lot of people who are terrible associate with other people who are terrible, so they feel less terrible about being terrible. But if you expose the terrible people to non-terrible people, it'll make them feel terrible. Like they are. Terrible people can't keep getting away with it. And hopefully one day they wake up and realize when they're not surrounded by other terrible people that they're just terrible and that they deserve the loneliness that envelops them. I want to thank everybody for being amazing. Don't be terrible, baby. Number 7. I had a girlfriend for a very short time. You want to know how short it was? Very. Around the age of 18. She calls my dad drunk to his face within 5 minutes of meeting him. Oh, she called my dad a drunk. Uh-oh. Well, while it is true, he drank a lot, it was really rude and disrespectful. Well, he's a drunk. How is it rude to state facts? You know what I mean? To quote Skinner from The Simpsons, there's being right and there's being nice. I don't know why being nice is such a popular thing. Like, fuck society. God forbid. Why don't they put all of us on an island where we can not care about popularity and ignorance? Together. And then we blow up the other one. He responded by saying, Bill, you can do better than this one. I don't care how nice her tits are. Oh my God. You can do better than this one. Your dad is my hero. But if the tits were truly nice, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know what nice tits are, so they're forever going to be mad at Kyle, you know? Send me really angry Snapchats. You think life is about breasts, Kyle? You must not have big ones. And if they're big, then they're not nice. They're like a byproduct of being, you know what I'm talking about? Anyway, number 6, my fiance is a really blokey bloke. He used to wink at my dad all the time in a flirtatious way just to make him uncomfortable for a laugh. Well, my dad was so awkward the first few times, and now it's their thing. They just wink at each other at random times. Literally a bromance right there. But no, before you ask, they're definitely not gay. They just like a good laugh. This one's wholesome and adorable. That one's great. Man, I just love when guys are silly like that. Totally gay. Number 5. To my mother. Your horrible marriages are the reason why your son will never ask me to marry him. Ooh. To be fair, Mom did have a plethora of bad marriages. Well, I like to think that the women who can at least trick the dudes into marrying them have something on the women who can't even get the men to marry them. You know what I mean? Yeah. So on the sliding scale of unbearable women, they're a little bit higher than unbearable, right? Wow. Number 4. My girlfriend and I were on a ski trip with my parents. A ski trip, you guys. And this was the first time she would be spending an extended amount of time with him. In the morning while getting ready, my dad walks out in his long johns and Under Armour top and overalls tight fitted in his outfit. My girl wasn't really expecting this, and my dad caught her looking his way, and my dad, as always one to put someone on the spot in a fun way, says, "What you looking at?" Without a moment's hesitation, my girlfriend goes, "Just checking out the older model." Needless to say, she was instantly accepted into the family. Oh, that's so wholesome. It's a sitcom moment for you fucking Big Bang Theory watching pieces of shit. You know what I mean? Bazinga. Number 3, my dad was talking to me and my boyfriend about safe sex when my boyfriend whipped out the condom he had in a bag. Oh my God. And said, "Don't worry, I'm already prepared." Jesus Christ, dude. Somebody said, "I hope that happened." That's a subreddit. I hope that happened. Oh my God. Number 2. The ex-girlfriend from high school / college told my dad once his alcoholism had taken him over that whether it's me or some other girl he has the children of with one day, you don't deserve to ever see them. Completely out of her character. Man, I love it when some girl's just like, "Listen, motherfucker, it's time to drop some realness on that ass." Some parents don't deserve to see them kids, baby. Uh-oh. Get your shit together, people. Uh-oh. Oh, my God. That was number 2, guys, which means we're... Oh, that's... No, never mind. I just flashed up the wrong banner. Oh, my God. We're at the end of this list. I'd like to thank my patrons. I'd like to thank you all for being sexy and unbelievable. You're listening right now? Wow, that's so hot. I don't know. Leave some kind of sexy message, and then I will reply to it. I promise. But it's got to be sexy, okay? And then I'll reply to it. I'd like to thank, Couture and Jessica and Faith and Schwans and particularly Fat Man for all their insane donations last stream. This was a quick little offline list to hopefully hold you over in the midst of me. I lost my train of thought. I started boring myself. Guys, I love you. And, blah, 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 blah. Number 1, was having dinner with my mom and my brand new boyfriend. He's brand new. At the time when he started hugging me at the table. Oh my God. Kind of like the hug a child gives to a pet rabbit when you just feel bad for the creature receiving the love. I say, don't stop. He responds, don't stop. Okay. I grumbled and said, no, there's a period in there. Don't stop. Oh. Without missing a beat, he said, girl, you know a period never stopped me. In front of my mom. Oh. Ride the rapids, have some fun. Oh my God. Let's see the comments here. Someone says the best pirates sail even the Red Sea. Yar, the best pirates sail even ye Red Seas. Is sex right after an abortion called the sailing the Dead Sea? You're not supposed to have sex for at least a week after an abortion. Yeah, that's actually how zombies are made. Ooh. Oh my, get me the fuck out of here. Get me the fuck. Reddit, ladies and gentlemen. Massive hornet's nest found under a chair in an abandoned house. Oh my God. Just light the house on fire. God. I'm scared. I'm like cringing looking at this, dude. It can't hurt you. It's just a GIF, Kyle. It's just a GIF. It can't hurt you. Dude, that sounds like a series of videos I should start making. Hey, do you guys have any GIFs that make you cringe, but somehow they're safe for work because YouTube is full of cucks nowadays and they want to be just like TV because that's not obsolete? Maybe they'll take some gangster hints from newspapers and magazines for what obsolete shit that they should mold the site into doing. You hear me, YouTube? Someday you'll listen. Someday when it's too late. Hey, look, Destiny the game is a trending subreddit. You know what that means? All the PC douchebags are playing the game for the first time. And they're all like, listen up, motherfuckers. Now that we're here in Destiny, blah, blah, blip, bloop, blip, blah, 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 blah. I don't care. Hey, looks like people are saying the controller on PC makes hand cannon OP. Controller on PC make hand cannon OP. We don't want to play Destiny, but what else are we gonna do? What else are we gonna do? I don't know. People keep donating, so I feel like I might end up getting Hellblade. If you guys want to see Hellblade, which is a game with a hot bitch with really hot graphics, make it happen. Until then, probably going to be playing a little bit of that Absolver. What is Absolver, you might be asking?
CPR. Let's do the CPR. CPR. Try to calm yourself down. Try to calm yourself down. Calm yourself down for her.
Okay. This dog's heart just stopped. Luckily, someone knew what to do.
There she goes. There she goes. There she goes. Calm down. Calm down.
Calm down, you fucking ludicrous bitch. Someone is saving a dog's life, and the woman's just like, oh my I'm sorry. It's just like, geez. She needs to leave, you know? She needs to walk away and come back or something. The dog's gonna be fine. We wouldn't be posting a video online of a man trying to attempt saving a dog's life that failed. Welp, I did all I can. Put it on the internet. Put it on the front page of Reddit, guys. Some guy tries to save a dog's life, came close, but oh well. Oh well. The dog's fine. God, you remember when I was showing off that one video of that cat that was seizing out, and I put dubstep music on it? That shit was funny as hell. Okay, look, I'm not gonna do that again because I can completely understand YouTube not wanting to monetize something like that. So I'll see you guys later, man. Woo! Death by a good time, man. I'm telling you. One day we're gonna be dying like that, and nobody's gonna be over us trying to compress our chest because we'll probably be alone in our room after having eaten too many nachos. So make every nacho like it's your last, guys. Eat every nacho like it's your last. I love you, and I'll see you tonight. Bye. How long was this video? Not long enough by someone's standards. Take it easy.